All right, let me ask you about Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason's going to be a restricted free agent this offseason.
Your boy.
Yeah, and the Niners have McCaffrey, but you don't really know what you're going to get from him. And you have Garendo, but he's got a lot of injury issues too. Jordan Mason was the leading rusher through about 7 weeks of the season, 7, 8 weeks, or one of the leading rushers.
He got hurt a few times too, though, or a couple
He did
times.
get hurt a few times too.
Yeah.
So what should the Niners do here? Do you think they give him a second round tender? They give him a second round tender. That's like more than $5 million for next season to be the backup running back. And what's nice about that is if another team wants him, they have to pay him that much money and give the Niners a second round pick. But what sucks about that is if another team doesn't want to cough up all that capital, then the Niners have to pay their backup running back more than $5 million next year, which would mean they would have by far the most expensive running back room in the league because McCaffrey's the highest paid running back. So do they do that, or they just give him an original round tender and let someone poach him and potentially take him?
I would probably risk it. He looked really good. I like Jordan Mason. Like, I started paying attention to him when you were talking about him like 2 years ago. And he's really good. I think he's great. He's got, he's what you want in a running back. But I mean, again, bro, Elijah Mitchell looked really good too. And then he did what Jordan did and got hurt over and over and over and over. Raheem looked good and then got hurt over and over and over and over. Jordan looked good and then got hurt over and over and over and over. So if he didn't get hurt, we'd be having a completely different conversation. Yes, sign him for sure, because Christian is a question mark. Garendo is a question mark, but he got hurt. I'd probably give him original round tender and see what happens, or just offer him like a 2-year, $10 million, 2-year, $8 million deal and call it a day. And if he doesn't want to take it, be like, sorry, boss. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
If I were him, I'd want to leave.
I would want to if I was him.
I would want to leave.
After what I did to get benched, like I don't see
why the Niners would want to hold on to him, man. Like you always look for reasons not to play him.
Yeah.
And now you have McCaffrey and Garendo. You could draft another running back. Why don't you let him go, man? Let's let him go so he could start for the Bengals.
Here, I actually have something funny for you. I'm really curious what you think. Actually, I'll save it for the next section because it will make more sense.
Okay,
anyways.
fine. I know where you're going with it. But yeah, I think he could start for the Bengals. I think he could start for the Cowboys.
Yeah,
I think he could start for the Commanders.
I think the biggest thing with him is injury history, but the Niners never gave him a chance, so we can't see if it was a fluke year or if it was had such high usage and then he got rusty and then he came back in and then he got hurt because he wasn't getting used and his body was used to it. And
yeah, imagine if he were in like a timeshare and he were getting 12 carries a game with another like change of pace third down back who was getting 10 carries and 4 targets. That seemed like it would work.
Why don't we use Christian McCaffrey and Jordan Mason together? Like the Lions, use Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Sonic and Knuckles. Everyone eats. Christian McCaffrey can be in the shotgun package. Like everyone's like, oh, well, it's predictable. Christian McCaffrey's a receiver, dude. Who cares if it's predictable? People were predicting him getting the ball all last year and he was still stunting on people. Mm-hmm. So I would use.
And they could say like, oh, it's because they're paying McCaffrey hella money. You got to feature him. Like, yeah, but when he goes down, then you just feature the next man up in the same way without
they're paying David
rotating running backs.
They're paying David Montgomery in Detroit, and Jahmyr Gibbs is now the feature back. Who cares? Like, that's my thing is like, sure, if someone's better, though, they're better. And regardless, I'm not saying Jordan Mason's better. Who cares? Christian McCaffrey, why does he need to run through the tackles when we have I think Jordan Mason's better at running through the tackles. Then why is Christian McCaffrey doing it? He doesn't need to do it. Let him do what he does best. Play out of play action, play out of shotgun, do his zone runs. Let Jordan Mason do what he does best and be the fist and just punch through the line, 4th and short, 3rd and short. Like, let him do what he does best. Use both. Like, I don't know why Kyle's like Christian, all hail Christian thing has to be like so crazy. Like, I think Jordan Mason showed so much value to the team. Like, let him be juice check. I don't know.
It would be interesting to see if the Niners really invested in Jordan Mason after sort of like trying to minimize his importance for years.